disappointed with their composition. They definitely had pieces missing. The questions are going to be asked about how well they're going to execute this attack side.
Not messing around, are they? A fast take here of the Arc control. Tackleer tried to activate that dash in time, but just wasn't able to get out of there alive. Smoke's going to be using their pace. There's no way you're re-pushing this! The Trailblazer stunned up, and one of those left clicks. The coverage is there, and an immediate response once more. The Leviatan are so good at just making those decisions.
I mean, the re-clearing of areas is absolutely pivotal.
And Shy, well, locking it down. Okay, tip-tap of the Ghost, all down to 10, and he just opens himself up a little bit too wide. And you know what was such a good opening for Zeta Division is immediately answered in kind.
Whole of a set. If you lose map control, retaking it with utility is like core. It's fundamental how Valorant works, right? It's the push and pull of map control. You lure them in and then you retake it with your utility so that you haven't. And the Cosmic Divide can be really useful. Oh, there's no need to show replay of it. I mean, they're already down. You don't have to kick them while they're on the floor. All right, bonus round for Leviatan here. And this is normally where they're on the attack side. Killjoy utility gives a lot of information at the middle of the map. That's going to allow Leviatan, once things get down to like minute 10, to start spreading out and covering A main, B main.
Yeah.
But at the moment, still playing 3 in mid.
Holding it down, just with their players. Push. Oh my goodness, Tackleer.
He tagged Laz.
Yep, tried to take the fight. Actually, an exchange of fire between both of them.
And Taco coming out on top.
And he does, yeah. He gets out with his life, which is the important element here. Still locking down this B-long angle. Zeta, patient play by them. You can see them just using that util, the Nano Swarm, to clear just in case there is a player pushed up behind that box. It's a common enough play. But it does orchestrate where a lot of these players are now playing towards, because Taco's going to have seen a lot of that util coming through. He can hear that fire, and he knows now that the time to strike is nigh for Zeta Division. What can they do in answer to it? Trailblazer spotting out a few of them. The Viper Ward to go up. This is going to be a really difficult obstacle for Zeta Division to try and get through.
And Zeta are so slow with this. There's only 30 seconds left. There's going to be 4 players defending. What are they waiting for?
Yeah. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Maybe the Viper will go down now, but this is the time to strike. And okay, 22 seconds remaining. Dep claims the 1 kill. Doesn't have a dash available to him. A flash. Oh my word, that's labored. Dropping down off to the high ground. King claiming the 1 kill. A bit of running gun in action, but time is running low still. 10 seconds. More than enough for them to get that plant down. And the players did survive, but still Mazzino has managed to catch this timing.
Oh, this is crazy.
Doubled up. No way in hell is he able to win that one, and he does eventually get taken out, but not before doing a significant amount of damage to the Zeta economy.
And for Zeta, I know that they're a very slow team and they like to be methodical about it, but I was so concerned they were going to lose the time.
Yeah, running down the clock in that fashion.
And Mazzino still had a star. If they had planted in a weird spot, maybe he gets pulled off the plant or something, and everything goes the lockdown too. So Zeta have a chance here at establishing some momentum for the first time in the series.
Yeah, big ultimates for them. Who do they want to prioritize it on? It looks like Crow, so they want to get that null command online. There's nothing too new that they've been throwing into this one. The same utility just to take control of A main. And now looking back into mid. This is where Leviatan have been playing pretty heavily. This King just jiggling the angle. Knife out, making sure that he spots them, and there you go. Respect being shown, backs away. It's a split approach. You can see util being used now to null command as well. Dep up top on top of the box, hiding inside of his own Cloudburst, and that's 10 taking that first fight. Eventually is traded. High ground angle spots where Mazzino might be playing just inside of Secret, and now the plant going down. It's slightly ajar that he can't be spammed out of that position, and a lovely fight to be taken once more, but an instant response. That's a Cosmic Divide. Quick thinking by Dep. He's going to be moving into his own Cloudburst with that dash across, and a fight to be taken. Mazzino didn't have anybody backing him up, and he will fall once more. Dep on an absolute tear.
It's another fantastic round from Dep. And he was one of the rare bright spots on Ascent. He was able to find his moments, not a ton of them, but moments where he was able to get these big rounds off, and he's just picked another one out for Zeta Division. Thanks to Crow getting his ult online too, because that opened up a ton of space, but Dep with a nice entry through Art, being able to take a bunch of fights on the site too. Isolating his ones and winning them. Impressive.
Yeah, nice play. And a good game plan from Zeta Division overall as well, making sure that they were conscious of what ultimates they were getting.
Now Taco's in a spot where he's just got an operator and everyone around him is on an eco. He might lose the off here, and that would be really bad.
How is this going to be taken? Frustration on the face of Ona. Success when they went on that third place run at Reykjavik.
Absolutely.
Slowing down their own gameplay. Now a play towards the top of B main. Just a recalled star. Being used to clear it, and on the high ground position, that was Taco. Could have been so dangerous there for Zeta Division.
That's a lot of respect, using the lockdown in a straight-up anti-eco. The only dangerous player is Taco. And at some point in this round, he's probably just going to have to play his life to keep the off. Don't count Leviatan out, though. The skill on this roster is unreal. And wait, they've passed. They've passed each other.
There's no way. They've just passed each other. But also, Spike Planter going down out in the open. Depp. Oh, my goodness, the discipline. Don't fail me now, Depp. Come on. We've been singing your praises, but he does claim the kill, but he instantly gets just answered.
That's a charitable donation. You can write that one off your taxes because a Vandal's gone straight into the hands of King.
Not ideal at all. Zeta left scrambling. They slow it down. Do still have the spike just waiting here at B main, but Leviatan happy to just, okay, sit. Now giving up a bit more space though. Players should be able to hear them running back and forth. There's an opening here now for Zeta Division to actually capitalize off of, but the wall's going to be going up straight away. It's going to be putting a stop to this. There's 20 seconds in the round left. They're really just waiting for Laz, and that flank did not pay off. Just trying to play off the back of this one. 12 seconds remaining. Sugar Zero pushing forward. Doesn't even know where the spike is, man. And inside the smoke, Shy, ready and waiting.
What a tragedy. What a tragedy. Even if he doesn't miss the player in the smoke up top, he's probably just getting one and getting away.
Yeah.
But it just all fell to pieces.
Boy.
And I think partly too, when Zeta Division are cutting noise and slowing the game down, they're not creating any pressure on the opposite side of the map. So the defenders are just staying where they are, waiting for the re-hit, and Zeta end up pushing in with 20 seconds into 4 players on the site.
Yeah, very readable.
If you're gonna play that slowly, you still need to create threats elsewhere.
I gotta say as well, I think 10 ended up planting just out in the open. He was able to be spammed from CT, from lower CT, I think, when he was trying to get that plant down. He just went down to Sheriff spam in the middle of that round.
There's an operator standoff on B, but neither look too aggressive. Instead, the fight happening where King is surely gets spotted by the drone. Did he timing that, really?
Yep, complete timing. Just working his way around the box. Zeta Division none the wiser. You can see Sugar Zero just running with his knife out. Thought it was completely clear.
That must have been like a magic trick for Sugar Zero. He just summoned a Viper out of thin air.
And the crazy thing is as well, King manages to get out of his life. Doesn't overplay it, gets the kill, gets back.
I mean, not even a single point of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so returning back to where Depp is. And Depp has not spotted a single person. Not a hair on anyone's head for the whole round. And Taco's just been holding the same spot the whole time. These operators have just been holding completely opposite angles.
Does this get clear? The answer is no. Cloudburst to the side. A prediction was there from Depp with the shot rattled off, fired away, but didn't find his target.
There's 20 seconds and they're trying to run to A.
You just have no space in A main.
This round is over already.
Yeah, it's done.
And Crow's going to have to save.
They realized it. It looked like they were putting a bit of pace behind it to try and pivot in that way, but no. Just have to save this one.
And it's really unfortunate. I think the composition that Zeta has doesn't really lend itself to explosive executes, which is part of what you need when you're playing this slowly. A rare W in the way of Calming Core. Their Pearl composition played really slowly, but I actually liked how they played the clock on that map.
Yeah.
Because their comp, once it got to a site, was exploding out EQ after the timeout.
So the decision could pay off. We'll see. Recall smoke, flash as well.
Bit of anti-synergy though. The flash landed inside the smoke, so that hasn't created any pressure. All good though. Laz gets another pullback smoke to cross.
Second one. Just to set him up in this angle.
I think that's going to be fine though. Oh, great shot from Laz.
And you're finally starting to see it. It pays off. Laz, we were singing this guy's praises at prior events, prior tournaments, but his fight has taken place, and guess what? Leviatan happy to wade into them. That is a really interesting decision to use the drone up close there, but...
And Noswa swings as well.
He swings.
I mean, that might be a tad greedy. Zeta Division in a 4v1 this round, all but sealed up. Laz empowered, Depp able to get aggressive, and instant rewards.
Starting to see it pay off.
I'm liking these timeouts from XQQ. Not a coach that we talk about too much, but thinking all the way back to their run at Reykjavik, how quickly they improved. Because Zeta were not looking great online prior to that, and during the scrims and during the tournament, they leveled up massively. And I think even in this match, there's not been a huge amount of success from Zeta Division, but a lot of the success has come after the timeouts that they've called. XQQ clearly has a good idea about what they should be doing inside the game, but then maybe the player's just not quite able to adapt as the flow goes on as quickly as the Leviatan guys.
Yeah. So the adaptations, the changes, they do work out. I like that, you know, a little bit of B main pressure to get a pick, just holding, waiting for the re-push, the exploration from Leviatan. See here, this moment. Good from Depp, honestly, as well, just making sure to watch all those angles.
Yep.
Not only does he get the kill.
Maybe that was only because Depp had knives.
Yeah, it seems like that was the sole purpose of it.
Again, anti-synergy as the
dart lands in the smoke.
Yeah, the dart's landing inside the smoke. The flash nearly is as well. But it doesn't make too much difference. They're still able to set up their operator on the line. The recon dart would still be, you know, if anything, more difficult to break when it lands inside the smoke.
Yeah, and this setup is looking very familiar, honestly. Set your operator player up on towards that B-long angle.
But Taco isn't playing there anymore. They've shifted Shy. So Shy was using his Killjoy utility in the middle of the map. And now he's put it firmly on B.
What is going to be the goal for Zeta Division? Approaching that minute mark. They drone through into A, so they do have a bit of that control, and they force the Leviatan to use that Trailblazer just to get that extra bit of information.
An A split here would be really tough for Leviatan to hold on to. They grab some good information. But Laz denies it. Killing all three of the Seekers there could be important. Really the reason I say an A split could be dangerous, Taco needs a smoke to get out from this position.
Lovely. Reaction time's just ever so slightly off.
Mazzino had to use both of them there. He was pushed up himself.
Yeah, now we see that Cosmic Divide. It's going to split up this side, and it has to be the hit now coming through from Zeta Division.
Could be a pull in backside. That
would
be difficult.
My goodness! On top of the box, flick of the wrist. Mazzino dealt with. And he's just jumping through the wall to try and clear that angle. Eventually Spike goes down, but it's going to be a lockdown in response. Now to Hunter's Fury. This is what they were waiting for. Should be able to take care of this one easily enough, and there you go, destroyed still. The Leviatan making sure that they capitalize off the space that they gained ever so temporarily. Now, quick tap there onto the Spike just to try and bait a bit of that util out, try and force the positionings of these players. Dash to the side there, kill being found still. How do they win this one out? The Leviatan just trying to bait out these swings, but the fight's still being won in the turret. Watching Laz almost breaks his wrist with that one, swinging it wide and around, and time running so low, but just unlosable for 10. Waits for the perfect moment with that one.
The post plants are looking solid on the A side for 10. As you say, Brent, was in an unlosable spot. He literally just had to wiggle his face in front of the player.
Yeah.
King popping Viper ult here that extends really deep into mid, and he has a judge inside of it. But I feel like this round could be decided by the operator battle on B. If that goes in favor of Depp, I've got to think the Zeta guys return back for a B hit. Taco can't give them anything.
The way Zeta have been playing this, though, they are just perfectly happy to sit and wait. There's no real aggression or urgency, it feels like, behind the player, whoever's holding the operator, either Laz or Depp. It's always just been waiting pretty far back. And so the attack side setup is very similar to the last 2 rounds that we've seen. And Taco also, the way he's playing these angles, making sure that you can watch down for any sort of player that might just contact up.
This is going to be a lockdown fake over on A. You can see that Laz has got it. Astra utility put towards A as well, probably pull back smokes. Does Taco leave this angle? Does he bite?
That's the opener that they're hunting for. Zeta might not even know it. Still, no, he gets aggressive and he sees them. At least the Sova. Oh my goodness, opens himself up to that angle, but doesn't pay for it with his life. A dash forwards from Depp all the way into the back of the site, and he gets dealt with. just spam down out in the open. 10 just trying to plant, but they don't have any control at the back of the site. And time again running low. What a shot! Sugar0. What a flick to hit. And still they will get that plant down, but isolated into the corner. Taco, he takes the shot out wide. Crow wins it out, and still Sugar0 needs to be the hero. Him and Laz, they step up. Down to King now. He's found himself a rifle, but he's left in that 1v2. The alarm bot's going to be at least showcasing one of his positions, but he doesn't know where the second player is, and Sugar0, primed and ready for it, punishes once more. Beautiful plays, but honestly, just pure heroics it felt like by Sugar0 and Laz.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, you pointed it out before, but 10 trying to plant in the open is a disastrous decision when his team isn't set up.
It's the second time he's tried to do it.
But that is also a prime Sugar0 round. I mean, winning every duel, always there to trade his teammates. Maybe not there necessarily to hold the space for the plant to go down, but as soon as things got sticky, disciplined. But the Zeta post-plant situations have been the biggest strength for them. If you can call that prior round a post-plant. It was more getting the plant into position, but there was some post.
So holding for an aggressive play.
And I think this is an attempt at anti-stratting how Zeta are taking B control, looking to try and fight inside that smoke, get aggressive on the people that are taking B. But Depp was really safely positioned.
I mean, they were very ready for that.
Very ready.
Anticipating this one, and so Zeta might opt to try and re-clear up to the top of B here. Leviatan is still waiting around. And look at these forward positions. This is a bit of an issue for Zeta Division. They're going to be using their drone and their dart to try and clear close here. Okay, no, now they're going to be backing away. So when you use your util like that, your heavy recon util, that early on at the top of B, they could have really got punished by the players playing deep there on the pillar, but no, just going to be opting to run all the way now over towards A.
And this retake, this rotate makes a lot of sense. Zeta have realized that Leviatan's game plan was to play up aggressive towards the B site. They know that there's 2 or 3 players still over there. And for Mazzino with a stinger, can he make some magic happen playing inside the smokes?
The smokes are popped off though. He's got some room to work with, some room to play with, and feels like a bit of run and gun in action. Depp does clear his head right off. Still, there's another player lurking, and guess what? It's Shy. Oh my goodness, waiting all the way around, and it gets so dangerous, man. It gets so tense in these rounds. It feels like Zeta Division, they're perfectly happy to make me sweat when they're playing down with just 10 seconds left to plant.
Yeah, I think it is pretty solid from Zeta. What I'd like to see an adjustment from Leviatan, and maybe Owner's already called this in the timeout, is I would like to see Shy play in the middle of the map with his alarm bot in the B link, his turret over towards Art, and I want to see them fight aggressive, the rest of the team, on the extremity, so a 2-1-2 defense. And actually instead, you can see there's still 3 players towards the middle for Leviatan. This feels unnecessary to me when Zeta haven't been exploring too much on split attacks. They've been mostly going heavy A or heavy B just through one of the choke points. And you already have Shy's utility giving you info in mid anyway, so it feels to me like Leviatan are playing too centrally on the map and opening avenues on the outside for Zeta to punish. Yeah. We'll see whether that hurts them though. Owner's clearly called something.
It has been a core game plan of Zeta Division to be farming up these ultimates. That's just put Sugar0's ult online from that A main control. Swap of the guns, swap of the weapons. Got a rifle in the hand of Depp so that he can actually play off of this drone and try and take some space, but he doesn't push forward enough. He doesn't break the alarm bot.
And this is why I'm saying Leviatan don't have to be worried about mid, because Zeta are like, they're not actually creating any pressure. They drone, but Leviatan immediately realize it's a fake because the alarm bot doesn't die.
So peace of mind there. Now the Cosmic Divide though. Another Astral that's going to be used to try and split up this A side, and guess what? It's the exact same play that was being used prior. Depp on the high ground position, but another Cosmic Divide just intersects with it almost perfectly. And that's going to be putting a dampener on this push attempt. Still Zeta Division trying to stay one step ahead with the fast pivot right through mid now. Already taking that space into the B link, and guess what? It's going to be onto Mazzino to be a bit of a difference maker once more. They've already got the 1 kill, but the plan going down, and this is the danger. When you just bide your time and wait it out, still Crow rips forward with the ultimate, and there's only 8 seconds left. That is going to be the round. No time to work with, no space gained. And wow, 1 shot, 1 kill, it seems like for Shy there. Beautiful stuff towards the end, but Zeta finally getting punished there for burning down.
It gave Leviatan the read.
Final round and a half now. An attempt by Depp. Tries to hit that jump peak. This time the Jet players hopping for both their sides as well, completely avoiding each other, but Taco on this angle, oh boy, do some serious damage.
He hasn't actually found too much success in this map so far. He's 1-6.
Good clearance.
He just hasn't been in a position to get kills early in the round. Zeta always holding for it.
And this is quite interesting, quite new, honestly, a different development. So Depp was actually quite willing to push all the way up there and to be and take that aggressive angle. Doesn't get a kill out of it, but a flash over the top is nice. Is there going to be an extra element to it, though? And, well, Shy, okay, that's a wide swing. I mean,
that's the Rhino.
Any sort of help whatsoever. There's no one from Zeta Division to back him up.
You mess with the Rhino, you get the horn.
Shy claims 1 kill. Looks like he's not done just yet. Still slide off angle there that he's holding.
And earlier on in this round, Bren, Nozwa used his dog in order to re-clear A main. So they've got Taco set back up on this A angle. I don't know what Zeta can do here. With 20 seconds left, they've just got to run into A and hope that Taco doesn't hit a shot.
This is so weird. They're going for the A split. And
Time's
Taco,
ticking.
It's going to be on him to try and at least break this as they're already approaching onto the side. 11 seconds remaining. Again, clock just being whittled down, and anything could really disrupt this one now. Flash and a pull. I believe that's a pull to just try and disrupt this one. No spam. Just landing a couple of those shots, but no kills going to be found. Crow solo. And a quick scope attempt, Taco right up in the air, the double updraft just to try and survive. Zeta Division, gonna need a miracle right now, gonna need a play to be made. And it just feels so awkward, so all over the place, swarming, converging on the positions. But Laz, the last man standing just at that hard approach, but Leviatan, they were not dealt with, they weren't cleared out.
However, overall, that was a good half from Zeta.
Yeah.
That was definitely more towards their style post-plant positions, and we saw big things from the important 3 on this team. Depp, Laz, Sugar Zero, all up at the top of the scoreboard. Yes, Leviatan obviously have punished them at various points in those 12 rounds, but to get 50% is...
They do like to cook up some bespoke strategies, some custom stuff, and we'll see what they do now on this attack side round. Heavy play into mid.
Yeah, this is really deep, very unusual pathing. It reminds me of what we saw from Ascent when they were attacking and they went all the way through Heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just instantly taken Zeta Division's portion of the map in mid. And Zeta, normally you would want them to respond by taking something different. You know, going and pushing A main as well as B main and flipping the map, maybe. But instead now from Zeta's position, I mean, these guys that are pushed up on B are worried about them coming through the B link and wrapping them.
Yeah, it's quite unusual, isn't it? The price you pay, I think, with a bit of a gamble that Zeta opted into with this triple push, but it looks like that gamble, well, it might be about to pay off. Depp's just waiting, holding behind the box. He still takes the peek, though, and now he's been spotted. Did they clear this corner? The bait and switch, yes, they do. The discipline is still there. Mazzino, how do you claim 2 there?
That's ridiculous.
And it's up to Sugar Zero. Takes the swing timing right into them still. He's just being swarmed. Every single angle, every single direction, and there's that Sheriff purchase. Absolute Chad-like maneuvers by Shy.
Without any utility as well. They just broke that setup completely.
Still, what can Laz do now at the back of halls? Not too much util being used, obviously, on this pistol round to try and clear it, but angle watched for. And that CT push. Also, a couple of eyes, couple of guns, just watching that one avenue, that one direction. Depp giving away his position just by peeking that. I feel like you want to be playing off the contact of Crow, if anyone.
Yeah, I would generally agree with you. I think when Depp goes for a jump peek like that, though, it's so much less likely they clear Crow's position.
Sure.
And more so than that, recognizing that that's a common setup. That if you see a Jet there, there's probably someone to the left.
Yeah.
It's just good game sense.
Very aware that they left open just the entirety of B main, that they could have been those players in that position.
And you see Taco now charging down with Nozwa's dog, the Trailblazer. And Mazzino's going to get a good plant off here, sorry. But I want to put a bit of a focus on Taco because he's down at the bottom of the scoreboard. The score's 6-6 in the first half. You want to do a Jet comparison? Taco is way hurting compared to what Depp's been able to produce. Just by not being able to get aggressive on the defense.
Yeah.
But now that they're on the attack side, hell, you think about how Aspas is playing this sometimes with Loud in a similar comp, where he's just got the Sky to set him up.
Yeah, hyper-aggressive, making sure to play off the util.
Yeah, you could see Taco having a resurgence in this half.
Might end up taking over. Certainly still got the confidence, obviously, with that rifle purchase. In fact, that's Leviatan actually going for same buy that FPX kind of popularized, now Na'Vi, where you end up leaving 2 of your players on the pistol buys. So you buy those 3 rifles in. If everybody survives, now the next 2 players can end up buying rifles as well.
What they got cooked up on the bonus round. Incredible rifles to work with compared to where you might expect the weaponry to be.
Yeah, for a bonus round like this. Almost on even footing with Zeta Division. And important for Zeta Division to not let this slip. Got an even half, you lost the pistol round, but got to try and answer back in kind. This is the round to do so. Still, depth. Angle pushed up, and timing is everything right now. Crosshair placement is just off. And he just didn't feel confident taking that fight, did he? Crouching in the middle of the spray down.
No, that was not a great fight for Depp. Interesting hold from Zeta. Now, that entire exploration towards mid, too, was just so that Shy could get a deep alarm bot in Art. And look how deep that attacking alarm bot is. So, I don't know whether they're planning to pivot back to B or commit to A here. But they've taken and retained a lot of space and information in the middle of the map. Over on B, Laz has been playing off his turret contact. He had a nanoswarm at the back. And he's just chilling over there. And it looks like he's not actually going to be impactful in this round, perhaps for the retake. Instead, the pressure on 10. Both teams are playing these rounds so slowly.
Surely Zeta, though, should be aware that it's not going to be towards B when you have a player this far pushed up. And with them giving up art control, it does give Leviatan that perfect entryway. Stun, doubled up there with the Trailblazer as well. 10, nowhere to run, nowhere to move. And the spam through as he tries to play deep there into the dugout. An attempt by Sugar Zero as well to try and punish this plan when time was running that low. Doesn't really pay off in the slightest.
And yeah, Leviatan just squeezing the life out of Zeta Division in this round. It's going to be brutal. Zeta knocked down onto an eco unless they can keep these guns alive. And even then, it's going to be a mixed buy.
Yeah, really weird buy, isn't it?
It is a great time to try and chase. I respect this from Shy. Go and take the ego duels. Uh-oh.
One of the players, yep, just corralling them right into the rest of the team. Making sure to pick them apart one at a time, hunt down these rifles. Don't let them save them into the next round. It's all, well, lads, he's got a lot to play for here. Flick of the wrist, knows he's being pushed and almost gets the third, but ultimately will lose that rifle in the end. And the damage he was done isn't even that much. If you think about it, what we were talking about prior with the economy, the way that Leviatan ended up playing that one, they have enough money to buy rifles back onto the 2 players that ended up falling.
You just saw the opening fight again there with Depp wide swinging off a timing that he had, and that one really hurt Zeta. Playing the rest of the round 4v5, so difficult. Yeah.
Zeta being dropped down to the half bite. And attempts now, you can see. Okay, risks being taken. There was a star to punish that one as the orb was being picked up without a care in the world. And just from that presence, now the Trailblazer. Taco's also going to be pushed up onto this deep angle. The rest of Zeta opting to just stack onto the one section of the map, but it looks like now they're going to be flooding back to try and contest towards B.
The spike's a long way away. So by the time the plant gets down, Zeta are going to be in a position to contest it.
Ooh, the double peek, but okay, backed up.
Yeah, they don't hide and wait for the tap.
Yeah.
And coordinate that. They just kind of run in 2 of them.
Sugar Zero just playing off a pure instinct with the swing timing like that, but
it's more like an Aim Labs tutorial than anything, isn't it?
Just offering themselves up to Leviatan there, just making sure that they can. Yeah, not even going to be trying to play to die to the spike, just looking to see if they can get a couple of kills, I suppose. But
I mean, that was actually just a King Aim Labs shooting rounds on the board. 10-6 down after a really good first half.
Sad to slip, isn't it?
It definitely is. That one is absolutely a prime game of flawless. Yeah. So what is the game plan for Zeta to get them back into this map?
Got to see something different. He's playing a deeper angle. Leviatan. I saw a flash there to try and cross them. Through Trailblazer up close as well. That's going to be clearing the close pillar, still on that high ground position. And look at it. I mean, they're just so diligent. Instant Cosmic Divide can be used to split up this site. So will there be a repeat? Looks like Depp might be opting into this one at the back of Halls as a smoke just to try and push them away.
This wall execute is so good.
And the nano swarms at their feet as well. There's just so many layers to it. And now the lockdown.
I mean, the lockdown might be a bit much, but it does push people away and buy a lot of time.
I mean, I think it just puts that time pressure down again onto Zeta Division. One nano swarm going to be popped off. Shock dart.
That's got.
It's close.
Yeah. Must have got rid of the other one.
Yeah, must have removed the other one. But now the smoke's going to be dropped down here, so he's going to be trying to take that fight straight up. And again, it's 10 who just opts to try and play around that spike to try and defuse this one.
This is silly.
Blind firing into this, and it's okay, Sugar Zero. Going for the flank attempt, and it needs to be more than a difference maker. It needs to make the play, but time again was just too damn low. With the lockdown, pushing them all back. Zeta lose another round and a losing grip of this map and series, Josh.
That was the round that Zeta needed. They did in the first half of Pearl, but where's it gone?
Just a little bit missing. Flash round aside there. Nosworth catching himself in a moment. There's a Nana Swarm just to punish that one, and it's a faster play. This is a little bit more different. Taco's in a lot of trouble. Nana Swarm's chunking him down, even the shock darts. Bit of random spam will do it from the bullets, and he is making it easy for them with these traces, but it's a pop flash play. An instant response, instant action, and as the smoke dissipates, Zeta Division respond beautifully, answering back, finally getting that round on the board on their defense side of Pearl.
That's one of the first rounds where Leviatan have done something quick. There's still so much time on the clock when they commit to A, but a few things go really well. Laz's Killjoy setup, perfect for countering that classic dash onto site. And then also a flash through a smoke from Crow sets that double push up. Well, I don't think Leviatan are going to be doing fast hits onto A anymore.
No, sticking to probably what's been working for them. The slower siege play style. Again, same Trailblazer, you're just disrespecting this dog, okay? Fully stunned up.
Oh, but this
Not
is
able to scope.
This is so rough. As soon as Depp gives up his positioning here, Leviatan are going to be able to get close to B and use a Viper's Pit. And they forgot the spike, perhaps, or are they pivoting elsewhere? Looks like they're leaving B completely.
Yeah, wanting to go in a different direction.
I am surprised with this, though. I feel like a Viper's Pit exec onto B would have been a great idea, especially with how consistent and successful those B hits have been. Yeah. Not just for Leviatan, but across the tournament.
Maybe
instead, they're going for an A split. Maybe they ult from Art? No,
yeah, could have been worried as well, I think, about a lockdown potentially. Laz, very good tool to try and clear through any sort of Viper's Pit, but...
Is it not just as good where he's stood right now in Secret?
It is, yeah, it is. Let's see what kind of value he gets there. The Seekers clear all the way through, catching onto the one target. Laz, seems like they were relatively unaware, and there's that lockdown. Looks like he was thinking about it, but second-guessing himself now. 30 seconds. Spike getting planted, has to be opting into this one, but there's a Hunter's Fury layered on top of this one now. On top of it, 10. Any sort of damage to be found? He's just firing at the floor. King skipping and hopping all the way around them right now, but his lockdown will push them back and out of position.
They can't. I mean,
there's no spike being planted. One player detained out in the open. Double up draft play, the Blade Storm. Tacolia is going to go absolutely huge, but 11 seconds left and they do disrupt this plan once more. Shorty up close, right in the cloud burst. Swinging it around, there is not enough time. The spike once more denied.
What a round from Crow and Sugar Zero.
Not trying to stay alive as he is being pressured there, but they've
fumbled from Leviatan. They've got to know that the lockdown's coming through there, and when they... It's not just the lockdown, though. Mazzino took so much damage from the same nanoswarms that burned Tacolia in the round before, and they just ran straight into the same setup from Laz without trying to clear it, and then got caught in the lockdown and can't do anything.
Got to put some respect as well on 10's name, because he offloaded that Hunter's Fury, and I thought, well, okay, well, what kind of value was that getting? But he did disrupt the plant.
Yeah, and he
in a
delayed.
common spot. He delayed with enough time there using that ultimate, but the question is, can Zeta do it again now that they don't have those big tools to work with? It'll be much harder for them, obviously.
But I think Leviatan also might have overcomplicated things just a tad there. And that could be a win condition for Zeta. Oh,
no way, not again.
Not again.
Not again. You have to be aware, surely. Oh, wow.
Mazzino's going to be calling that to the rest of his team, like, I've got a timing, guys. I've got a timing.
And what do they want to set up off? Util broken. To A main, now a flash play. That was anti-flash position by Crow. You've got to get a little bit more than that. Bounces it off the wall, trying to get that full duration, and Tacolia just playing inside of his smoke. Anti-flash position, beautiful stuff. And the question is, what sort of timing can be taken? Flicking around, you gotta be joking. A certified Sugar Zero moment. And what more can the guy really do? 30 health, skipping, hopping away to safety. And time once more running so low.
Can Shai discover Depp's position before Depp destroys his teammates? A stun to stop them scaling through the ult.
No way. No way. Just a spam and a common angle with the Guardian. Connecting onto that one kill. Spike's got to go down at some point. Shai
10 seconds.
Pushed up. 10 seconds again. Time just running so low. Shai moves into it. wades right in, and now swapping around the weaponry, it's pure chaos. But the spike has got to be stuck, and the positioning is known. 10 just playing off of his teammates, pulling rounds out of seemingly thin air, man.
An enemy, Leviatan overcooking it, but also look at how badly Taco beefs this trade.
Oh,
I mean, Taco's having a rough map here, and I think he's also, you know, cost his team that moment, because when Sugar Zero stays alive, he still has a stun to stop King getting into his ultimate, slows everybody down, then the time becomes an issue. That's a big whiff.
beautiful play by Sugar Zero. Defining moment in that round to be able to keep them in it still, and Zeta are clawing their way back. Bit by bit, round by round. Leviatan not messing around though. Now you're going to see that Cosmic Divide.
They've already seen this exec, right?
Yep.
Zeta know this execute. They know what's going to happen. Do they have any idea of how to counter it?
Crow has used his own no command this time, and Laz does want to try and hold on to that back hall's control. Is there anything to try and stop this? Yes!
Perfect.
Util, and they are counteracting it this time. Fragment nade, the shock darts. Mazzino dropped down so low there. He's going to force out this lockdown as a response, but just a peek straight into Laz. Waiting into his sightline with the operator. Nothing to try and disrupt this one though, so the lockdown will buy them that additional space. The pump flash play working through, no one quite holding it. Crow needs to go down. Another flash play, but the angle was correct. Also going to be guessing. And still a faster play, even still by Zeta Division. They want to try and fight this one. Laz, what a shot to hit, but they have not dealt with Nozra. They know where he is though. Players low. The double swing timing is there, and wonderful once more with that coordination. Clawing their way back.
Excellent adaptation from Zeta Division in this series, in this map. Being able to neutralize Leviatan's strats after they've seen them once. Like the first time they're working from Leviatan, and then the second time, Zeta's there with the answer. This layered nade shock dart cascade to destroy Mazzino going for the plant is beautiful. And then on top of that, Nozwa beefed his flash so that Taco had a bad swing into back halls. When they go through, like, just allow yourself to get smoked off and then throw them in. But he's trying to hold on to back halls, and that also is going to apply a lot of pressure to anybody trying to get the plant down. So I think the win condition here for Zeta is pretty clear. Allow Leviatan to burn the clock down and then try to deny the plant.
So they will get those Seekers online that we were talking about earlier. It's a slow spread attack side default from Leviatan. 3-1-1 setup.
The other thing too, from King's point of view as the IGL for Leviatan, if you find out that Laz is playing B, you can just hit A. Because Laz's utility has been the big thing stopping your A exec.
Yeah.
But they can't hit the turret, I don't think, in B link. But if they do get that read, an A split would make sense.
And they're just contacting. Through now into Art. Entering that mid-round now with only about 40 seconds remaining in this. Still holding on to a bit of semblance of A main control. You can see Mazzino's in a pretty
really
deep angle,
passive,
but
though.
oh my goodness, it's passive and needs to be some value here. There you go. An answer once more. So the 1-for-1, Depp now taking an aggressive play, pushing through. Smoke's fading and he just can't quite hit the flick. Down to Sugar Zero now with only 20 seconds remaining. There is a spike. Oh, there you go. The Astral Star lay it down, but not enough to disrupt this one. And up close in his face, there is Shy. Is this going to be cleared? Timing, so important. It's absolutely everything in this. As the smoke goes up, Sugar Zero claims the kill. And now the wall. Cosmic Divide to split this one up. It's going to be forcing Leviatan to try and play a little bit closer. They have to try and push through this wall. Snake Bite, Util being used to try and at least buy them a bit of time. Fragment nade as well, but the wall needs to be watched for now. What is the play? What is the response? What is the answer? All this Util being used on one side to the other. The spike not being diffused just yet. Laz just takes the fight.
The pull is good though.
Pull is good, and now time. Solo needs to be someone on it, and a flick. The spray down. Mazzino rips across. 12-10, and Leviatan now.
Zeta Division, if they had been able to pull out that suck earlier, if they could have tapped the plant, but they were just waiting for the Viper utility. So I think you've got to give massive credit to King for delaying for so long, and then lay it in with Mazzino's suck. And then you've got the post-plant flank that Mazzino did. And another full-body Famos there coming out from Owner.
And this is aggressive. The triple play. Anything to break this Trailblazer. It's a swing timing, surely no. Oh my word. Listen, When your back's against the wall in this kind of fashion, risks do need to be taken, but to this level,
There's the dash.
are they going to clear this? They seem to be aware of it. Look, Taco, he's holding it, dash enabled. Surely he's favored here. Yeah, there's the shot. Didn't even need to use the dash, even facing the wall just in case there was a counter flash play. And this could just be crumbling before our very eyes.
The rest of Zeta was so
Crow!
timid. What a shot from Crow.
Needed to find it. And now they back away. Don't want to be playing this one quite too aggressively. It's a shame they couldn't quite get those rifles in their hands, but at least salvaging that and going 1-for-1 might just be good enough for them.
Throughout this entire map as well, Leviatan have really been lacking A main control, so I think this is just going to have to be a committed to B, and that puts you into the loving arms of Sugar Zero with his Vandal.
He does have that rifle. That is an important thing to note because the buy from Zeta Division is not that good from a couple of them. The flash play! Absolutely magical! Zeta Division collapsing on the players, and still the swing comes through. A forward position by King is punished, and the absolute confidence from Sugar Zero to take that fight. They're not out of this tournament just yet.
So that now we head into round 24, their economy's recovered, and if they win this, we go to OT. They've put so much pressure on Leviatan, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that Leviatan are just not taking A main early. I'm not sure why. But you know, if you compare the comp to Louds, they don't have that cascade. Okay, now the fight for A main early.
It's
Really early.
An absolute beef, flashed up, dashed into the wall, and Depp was taken out.
That's the playmaker gone for Zeta Division, or at least one of them.
And this could be heartbreak for Zeta Division. Oh my goodness.
Surely that was supposed to be a bounce
It
shot
was,
as well
yeah.
from 10.
Deactivated the bounces at the last second. And you can feel Zeta Division, they're just getting flustered.
Yeah, the nerves, they start to play in moments like this.
So a rifle is acquired. This was a weaker buy by Leviatan. They weren't working with much, and it's a contact re-clear right into the Mazzino. So calm. Another day in the office for this guy. I said it once, but I'll say it again. Heartbreak for Zeta Division. To bring it all the way back to this. So many rounds in a row. But it's these rounds that'll get you, and it's up to Crow and Sugar Zero to perform a miracle, to drag their team into OT.
And they looked lost for a moment there, just milling around in their own spawn. But I think they've got the read. 2v5. It would have to be pure magic for Zeta Division to get this into OT. Leviatan are so favored.
You need something really special. It's a pop flash play. Crow, he's right up close. There's the one kill found. What more can he do? Timing once more. He gets the second. In a punishable position though to spam into the angle, and he's fully blinded up. The swing will finalize it.